The television show 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, is in dire need of a thorough overhaul. The show has been on the air for 8 seasons at this point, and with each new season, the show becomes increasingly tedious to watch. Every week, I find myself watching the same faces on my television screen, and I'm getting annoyed with it. As an illustration, I believe that I have seen Jasmine Pina and Gino Palazzolo on television each and every week for the past 4 consecutive seasons, ever since they began their trip on, before the 90 days during the 5th season or so. Fans have started petitions to get troublesome cast members like Big Ed Brown and Angela Deem removed from the show, but Happily Ever After has been the place where they have found a home for a number of seasons. The relationship between Big Ed and Liz continued to deteriorate, and Angela continued to abuse Michael without a care in the world. I have a feeling that the following season will follow the same trends as the previous one. Should we call it quits for the television show 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? What is the background of the 90 DF franchise's Happily Ever After? The first announcement of the 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, was made in August of 2016. A number of the most popular couples in the franchise at the time, including Danielle Mullins and Mohammed J. Bali Lauren and Alexei Brovarnik Russ and Paula Mayfield Kyle and Noon Huckabee Brett Otto and Dea DeArs and Melanie and DeVar Walters, were going to be featured in the documentary that was supposed to be produced after the 90 days in the first episode of the show, which aired on September 11, 2016. The couples discussed their experiences with the K-1 visa and compared it to their lives after they got married, which led to the revelation of some unexpected facts. As I watched, I noticed that their lives had become more complicated after they got married, which meant that fans like myself were in for a lot of drama and on-screen calamities. For example, Mohammed and Danielle had already broken up, with Mohammed leaving her home to move to Miami with a woman he had met online. Danielle had also moved out of the house. During the time when I was wondering if Lauren and Alexei, the most perfect couple that had ever existed in the history of 90 Day Fiancé, would even be able to make this marriage work, they were fighting a lot. Lauren and Alexei had difficulties communicating with one another, and she was keeping secrets from Alexei, which caused Alexei to mistrust her motives in comparison to the first season of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. The characters Lauren and Alexei, who were cast in the 8th season, had problems that I could never see myself experiencing. Immediately following the delivery of her 3rd child, Lauren desired to undergo a natural mommy makeover. Alexei was attempting to prevent her from getting a second makeover when she said that she was unhappy with the first one she had performed. It wasn't just that the plots were ridiculous, they also included Big Ed Brown and Liz Woods, a pair who had nothing to do with the 90 Day Fiancé visa and who weren't even married at the time. During the second half of the season, Angela and Michael appeared as a couple. They also appeared at the same time. When Michael went out of Angela's house, the cameras were not present, despite the fact that they were a relationship whom viewers were interested in learning more about. From the beginning of the season, Sophie Sierra and Rob Warren were already living apart from one another. There was the possibility that they may have been replaced by a previous couple who had a compelling narrative that did not originate from online cheating. The show seemed to be running in circles with each and every storyline, particularly since the conclusion was already known to those of us who are addicted to Instagram. Why are there so many spoilers online regarding the Happily Ever After? Cast reveal. As a whole, the cast of the 8th season of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, was responsible for spoiling the season for everyone. I was already aware of what was going to take place in the last episode with Angela and Michael, when she revealed that Michael had vanished from her home in Georgia some weeks before to the launch of the show. A new partner was already in Jasmine's life, and she had soft-launched him on her many social media platforms. When I was looking through Jasmine's Instagram, I discovered that her boyfriend was publicly flirting with her. Then there was Lauren, who had undergone surgery about a year ago, and documented each and every step of the process on her Instagram account. In addition, Liz Woods had been adding posts on her Instagram account that discussed her new lover. Liz herself had disclosed the fact that she and Big Ed were not together, therefore it was common knowledge that they were not together. The only thing that I was unaware of was the reason that Big Ed and Liz had broken up. I couldn't think of anything that would make me want to anticipate a new episode every Sunday more than I already did. In the event that I was obtaining all of my news from following the cast, why would I do that? It is possible that I will stop following the cast of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After before the premiere of the 2nd season, which is expected to be revealed in the near future. It makes perfect sense for the program to have a spin-off, which is called He, as long as the original 90 Day Fiancé show continues to air. However, they might want to think about repeating the primary cast after they get married as a follow-up, rather than bringing back older cast members, whom fans like me have become weary of seeing. Although it is possible that Big Ed Brown and Angela Deem will not be returning for the 9th season of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. Due to the fact that they are both currently single, there is no way that Lauren will be prevented from undergoing a second or third natural makeover.